Alright, Shalom. First and foremost, as always, I want to give all the praise, all the honor, and all the glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Harakar Kodash. And of course, as always, double honors to our apostles and our elders that rule well at Great Millstone. Salutations to all you sincere Akim, preaching His word in all truth and sincerity. Alright, this is Revelation chapter 18 and verse 8. Therefore shall her plagues come in one day, death and mourning and famine, and she shall be utterly burned with fire. For strong is the Lord God, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, who judgeth her. And this her is referring to America. Alright. This is that mother of harlots. Okay, mystery Babylon the Great. So, you know, right now, you got this whole Hanta V going around, starting to come up, spring up. And you remember, you know, 2020, you know, the C-19 coming in to jack up, you know, the society, all right, the market here. A lot of things happened in 2020 with those lockdowns, man. Okay, it destroyed a lot of the middle class, man. Okay, now there's just a barrier where you're either rich or just getting by for now. Okay, there is no more middle class. Okay, a lot of these, you know, so-called family-owned businesses struck out. Okay, had to foreclose, had to, you know, shut down their stores, foreclosed, and a lot of their, you know, things they thought that they were gonna be able to pay off, the things they financed and whatnot, houses, cars, it's all going to crap. And you know, China right now has already been bringing about a let me see what it says real quick, Slot. They're already developing a vaccine for this new virus. Okay, this new Hanta thing going around. So you know, this could just you know, it could just become something real catastrophic, or just, you know, disappear like the whole the one that just popped up right before this one, the man, I forget what it was called, but it had to do with bats. Okay, you know, bat droppings, bat feces. This one's dealing with mice. Okay, it's always a rodent, or a monkey, you know, some kind of animal, a mammal, bringing some shit in, man. It's some bullshit. Okay, it says, therefore shall her plagues come in one day. This might, you know, become nothing, turn into nothing, just be business as usual. But eventually, you know, her plagues, the plagues of this place and the world, because America does bring about trends for the world. Okay, this place is going to receive all types of plagues, man. It says in one day, so eventually something's going to happen. It says death and mourning and famine, and she shall be utterly burned with fire. America eventually is going to get burned with nuclear fire, and as well fire from skirmishes that take place here. All right, class wars, race wars, civil war. Okay, but it's ultimately going to be the nuclear missiles, World War III, and the Lord himself shooting lasers from them so-called UFOs. It says, and the kings of the earth who have committed fornication and lived deliciously with her. You got the so-called Chinese, Moab, okay, creating a vaccine for this hanta, the possible next pandemic. Okay, so these kings, these other nations, they're doing backdoor deals. They're discussing business behind closed doors with these devils, with America. Okay, right now they're not really at war. Okay, the Lord, he is ultimately going to make them go to war against one another. But right now it's a whole fucking soap opera, man. Right now it's Degrassi, man. Okay, it's just some bullshit drama going on. Okay, now through this bullshit drama, a lot of real things are taking place, man. Markets are getting messed up. Okay, the economy. These viruses and things that they're bringing about, are actually taking place, man. They're actually making these things to unleash on you people. Okay, so if it does just disappear, best believe they're mutating it. Okay, they're playing with them. They're trying to create an ultimate, pathogen. Okay, a vaccine to kill off millions of people, man. Hundreds of millions of people. Okay, you got George, what's that nigga's name? Not George, Bill Gates, mentioning that the next pandemic is gonna really get you people, man. It's gonna get you really going. All right, the C-19 was just a test run. How you people react. Okay, they didn't have troops kicking in your doors and forcing you to get those shots, man. As we get closer and closer to the end, they're going to get more and more aggressive. Eventually, this guy is going to say, take my microchip or I'm going to put you to death. All right? So they're all like doing deals behind closed doors, working together. Okay, according to the plan of the elite. But Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai is going to turn them against one another, man. It says, and the kings of the earth who have committed fornication and lived deliciously with her. That's what keeps these nations, somewhat prospering. Okay, not living in a so-called third world country anymore. Okay, that's how they begin to succeed. They're sucking, the seed of the so-called self-proclaimed white man. Okay, if you think China and Iran and them, their kings, all right, the people in rulership over them, over those countries, those peoples, are not doing any deals, okay, with these Edomites, you're out your mind, man. All right, because if it was a real issue, the elite would have already said, go bomb the shit out of them. Okay. It says, shall bewail her and lament for her when they shall see the smoke of her burning. Okay, so these countries, they need America, these Edomites, to prosper. All right, without America and without these Edomites, they really can't prosper. Okay, so at the end of this, okay, they are going to be somewhat in sorrow over the destruction of America, because it's going to happen. Okay, standing afar off for the fear of her torment, saying, alas, alas, that great city Babylon, that major city. For in 1 hour is thy judgment come. Eventually this place is going to get destroyed, man. Okay. Now, this could be it. Okay. This Hanta could bring about another lockdown just to further jack up the economy, just to further get you so-called Americans riled up and cause all these other situations, such as, the war in the Middle East, the war with Russia, World War III, all these things to turn up. Okay, tensions here, just so you all could kill each other, okay, as the violence is taking place, unleash some, virus. All right, these judgments are coming, man. In other words, it's getting ready to happen. And even if this is not the one, all right, the Hanta, they're working on something with all these things taking place to bring about, major plague, major pestilence. So with that, all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'Hashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'Hashem Harakah Kodash. And of course, as always, double honors to our apostles and our elders that rule well at Great Millstone. Shalom.